What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. David here, and I'm really excited. Oh, you got a glimpse. You got some glimpse going on here. So a while back on my channel, I had bought these ficus leaves, a whole bundle of them from Hobby Lobby for super cheap. I got them half off. They are $4.99 a piece, so I got them for like $2.50 a piece. I picked up 5 stems, as you can see, and I'm going to be showing you today what I'm going to be doing with these. So let's go ahead and head outside. Alright, so I'm out here on my porch, and I wanted to show you guys what we're going to be doing. I end up picking up some branches out of my dad's forest. He has like a whole backyard full of woods. So I just got several different branches. These all are like from the same tree, if that makes sense. I just cut the branches down. And we're going to be using an old bucket I had. This was for a planter. Now, inside of it, it does have some dirt and stuff. And it's cracked and has holes at the bottom. But no worries. I'm going to be using these 2 plastic bags. We're just going to put these down in there. And that will basically seal up our holes. That way I don't have to go out and buy a whole new bucket or anything. And we're just going to be putting the branches down in here. Well, I'll put like one as the trunk, and I'll put cement down in here. And then that will just secure the one piece in place. Then I'll be able to start drilling like some holes in the side of this and then placing my branches where I want to put them. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm just taking some cement and putting it in there. And then we'll just mix it around with water when it's filled. Okay, that is filled up. I will be adding water in a second. But first, I want to go ahead and put my tree together. So I drilled the hole at an angle. And then I also cut this piece like at an angle, so it will actually just fit right in that slot, like that. And I'll just use some wood glue and glue it in place. I'm just taking some of my Gorilla wood glue. Okay, so here is the tree. I went ahead and glued the rest off camera. Alright, so now that the glue is going to be drying in all of these places that I glued together, now put the base in cement. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, as you saw earlier, I already went ahead and put some cement down in this bucket. And then in this one I have some water I'm just going to put in here. And we'll take a stick and mix it around. No. So it could be fully mixed. And I wanted to point out, I will actually leave the top of it just a little bit damp like this, a little bit wet. The water will evaporate and a lot of it will actually sink down to the bottom very slowly, so that'll help ensure that the bottom was mixed properly. So far, I am loving the tree though. It touches the ceiling out here, so it should hopefully just lightly touch the ceiling in my home. And this is all the cement you need to hold it up. And once it's done, we will go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and then I'll move this into a different pot. And we'll glue the leaves on. The tree is in the corner. So right now it still has the rubber bands and things on it. I had to get it outside because it's going to rain. Now the main reason I wanted a larger tree in this corner was to like hide this ugly, I mean I could obviously paint this strip, which eventually I may or may not do. I don't know. It does look a bit crowded over here still, so I don't know. I think I want to move the mirror over here So we'll see if I end up doing that later, but for now it's there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing the leaves on. I had picked these up from Hobby Lobby, and I'll show you the price again because the price was right. They were $4.99 half off, so I paid $2.50 for one of these, and these are the ficus sleeves. I love the variegated color in here. You've got like a lighter and a darker green, and yeah, I just think that they come with quite a few leaves. So what I'm gonna do is actually pull the leaves off of this, just like that. I'm gonna do that and put them all into a pile, and then some of them I'm gonna cut down. We're gonna make them a little bit smaller, and some will stay this size. That way we have different sizing with the leaves as well. That way it'll just really bring in the realness here. So let's get started. I'm going to be picking some of these lighter green ones because I do have quite a few smaller dark ones, and all I'm going to do is just follow the shape of the leaf. Probably will do it this way, but we'll try and get it as close as to the stem as possible. Like, this really doesn't have to be perfect because who's really gonna be looking at it? So there is a smaller leaf. I think it looks good, so we'll move on to just doing this all over the place. There's another one. So we'll just keep doing this just to a few of them, and then these ones are going to be placed more towards the bottom and then towards the top, because that's like where new growth would be. I'm trying my best to follow the shape of the leaf, but it's not working but I still think they look pretty good, so it's no big deal for me. All right, so there is a smaller one. It kind of looks like this one. Help. No, I'm busy. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm super pleased with how it's turning out. As you can see, I just have a few more areas in the back, which is going to be kind of hard to get to, and a little bit over here on the side. And then it's going to be completed. Here is the tree. It is pretty much done. I just have to go in now with a little bit of paint to disguise some of these areas that are just not like blended in fully. Like right in here where you can see where I glued branches together. I'm gonna cut off the rubber bands that's holding everything up. I'm just taking a little bit of watered down brown paint, and I'm gonna just paint those little areas. That'll help like disguise those areas. At the bottom inside the pot, I'm just gonna be using some newspaper pieces and putting them down in there. Like a few pieces down in there. I found some bags. I ran out of the paper, so. And then I'm just taking some of this Dollar Tree Spanish moss, and I'm gonna lay that right on top of that, and that will just kind of finish off and decorate the bottom part and make the tree look a little bit more lively. So I just went ahead and laid I bought 2 things of Dollar Tree Spanish moss. You can see through, obviously, with the light hitting it, you can see through it. But this is back in a corner, so it's not that big of a deal. And I'm pretty sure my cats are probably going to ruin that. I hope they don't climb this tree, but I love it. It looks so real. And here we are backed away from the tree, and I just love it. I think it definitely looks like a high-end piece. I have so much stuff over here, you can barely see it. I'm sorry, guys. That's where I wanted the tree, so I went ahead and placed it there and then glued everything on. You could totally do it different than how I did and glue everything together first, then put it back there, but that's just how I did it. I think it looks so good. I like it in that corner too. So here I am backed away from it again. Yes, I do need to clean up my living room. But look at this tree. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cute. It definitely looks real. Like, I would have no idea that that's a fake tree. And I love the 5-gallon crock pot thing that I found at an antique store as the planter. I think that looks so good with it. Definitely gives like a vintagey vibe. I don't know. I like the tree a lot. And I like that it's almost to the ceiling, but not touching. I did not want it touching because I feel like if the tree was touching, it's actually going to make my home appear smaller because it might look like the tree's just too large for my house and then my house would actually appear smaller. So this way, it's almost up there, not quite touching it. It does kind of flare out a lot, so I might have to move some of these pieces over here, maybe clear that off, I don't know. And I'm going to rearrange all that, obviously.
Stop judging my house
working
and
on
look at the
projects over
photo.
here, whatever. So